Welcome back to the channel, everyone. As it is nighttime, but there is light to see, and the car is showing up pretty good on the camera. This video was supposed to be a daytime vlog or film, if you want to call it that, but so I went to drive the car, and I've been having this issue that I've talked about in previous videos. That's why I'm letting the car run right now. I would take it here and there. It did all fine during Mustang week. I replaced the battery with the new one from Advanced Auto Parts, and I was having the issue of, the car would start a couple times and then take it to like a gas station, and it happens every time at a gas station. I don't know why, but I would take it there and then the car wouldn't start at all. So had the alternator tested. I have the Boss 302 alternator on the car from Power by the Hour. I have the pulley, so that isn't the issue. The alternator tested out just fine. Brand new battery, got it I think before Mustang week, so I had to take it out of the car, and then I put it in the 4Runner, drove up to Advance, and had them charge it while I went to work. So that was about 1 o'clock. It is now 9 o'clock basically, and it fully charged, start right up. I should have before made sure the connections were straight. I don't know if one of the connections on here are getting loose, maybe. I'll go ahead and this is where the battery is. There you go. Made sure those were tight. Everything's tight. So I should have probably checked that before, but I did trace down to make sure that the wires here were tight and everything. So that's all good. The only other thing I could think of was maybe the starter. It is a cheap AutoZone starter, the basic one. It was on the car a couple years ago, so I'm gonna replace that to see if that maybe fixes the issue, or maybe this fixed the issue and I already went ahead and bought this starter. So hopefully you guys can hear me over the exhaust. Again, I'm just gonna let it run to just kind of charge, make sure everything is good to go. I bought the high torque SVE starter from LMR. I don't know who makes it for them. It honestly looks like a PA Performance starter. I could be wrong, but it is the high torque starter from LMR. Had really good reviews, especially from people with Coyote swaps. They said this is what you need. Your basic one from like Napa, Advance, and so on and so forth. Wasn't really cutting it. So we're gonna install that hopefully this weekend and see if that, solves the issue. If not, we got a better starter on there. Nothing big. So this video was supposed to be planned, so this video is going to be a little longer. This video was supposed to be planned as a video for the Mustang and what the winter project is for this car. So we're going to go ahead and just break down and get into that right now. So the winter project for this car is, number one, the car is dirty. This is the first time I've driven it since I got back from Texas, so it's been sitting for a month, and that's another reason why I just want to let it charge, make sure there's no leaks or anything, just some sporadic things just happening. One of the things that already did happen was the diode dynamics HIDs. This side, when you hit the brights, will turn, and this side just stays normal. Nothing happens. So I don't know if they're just, at this point, they're like 5 or 6 years old. I don't know if it's just time to go ahead and change them. I'm not really worried about that right now. The brights, the lighting on these cars suck anyways. But yeah, let's just hop right back in. So I'm gonna get this car painted. We're gonna paint it the 2015 Mustang colors, silver, that variant or version of the silver. I think it's Ignot or something like that, IGNOT or something from what I remember. I want to get it that silver. I think it's a lot cooler, and it's going to be a little different, but still keep the car silver. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to track down a 0304 Cobra rear bumper like this one, how it's shaved. The letters are just filled in, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to change out the quad tips. I am going to keep the quad tips. I'm not going to get rid of the bumper either. I'm going to basically just store it in the shed and make sure it's all wrapped up and wonderful. I have it eventually fixed and replaced because it has cracks and stuff. I don't even know if you can see it. You can see the scratches. There you go. You can see that. have that issue fixed. I'm gonna take out, what I want to do is take out the Borla exhaust, so I'm gonna take that off, and I'm floating around the idea of getting maybe a MagnaFlow. I don't want to do SLP. SLP would be stupid fucking loud on this car. This car is already loud enough, honestly. So SLP is out of the question. I'm not going to do Flowmaster. I've already had that on here before, and I don't want to do it with this setup. MBRP sounds decent on the Coyotes. I do like their sound on the 2015s and up. So I was thinking, since they make a 99 to 04 catback version of their exhaust, looked at a couple of videos. I kind of like the setup. The exhaust tips, I'm on the fence about, so you can always change those anyways. I like the Borla round tipped ones, but the reason I would get the bumper is because since the quad tips are where it's cut right here, where you have to trim, so it would basically look stupid because there's more of a bigger of a gap there, or there's a bigger gap there pretty much. So I kind of just want to start a little fresh with that and get that. That's one of the things that I pretty much want to do to this car. And the other thing is, since it's nighttime, I'm not going to really just peek my head in the car to show you, but floating around the idea of while the heater core is replaced, I already have all the parts for that, to go ahead and maybe just possibly replace the whole dash. I've seen people have, there's a place near me in North Carolina that has some pretty clean ones, low mileage, the same color. And mine's not in like super bad condition. There's a couple cracks from where the sun got to it. So I'd probably say mine's like a 7 out of 10, honestly. But if I can get one for maybe 200 bucks or so, I'm thinking, because that's what I've seen them go for, really good condition. While this one is already out, you can just go ahead and put that one back in after you replace the heater core. And, you know, no one would really know the difference or whatever, but it would be, you know, it would look a little better. The car would be, I guess, a little cleaner, and, you know, basically just have something that's in better condition inside the car. So that's another thing that I'm going to get done, hopefully here shortly before winter, because I do want to drive the car to Cars and Coffee and such, and, you know, have heat. I could hook it up. The leak is not that bad, but I also don't want to risk it and always have to keep an eye on the coolant more than I usually would when doing oil changes and stuff like that and checking it. So those are the main projects here that I'm going to try to focus on with this car. The exhaust, switching out the bumper, getting the car all repainted, and looking for some Terminator side skirts. And I would think possibly doing some retrofitted headlights would be the next move as well. I contemplated changing the hood maybe to a Terminator hood or something like that, and keeping this one. I'm not going to get rid of anything in the car. Just kind of having the option to go back and forth, but I kind of don't want to fit that into the budget right now, because the biggest thing after attending World Cup finals, talking to Lund Racing and all that, I'm in no rush to get the car swapped over to them tuning it yet. I know it would be better to, but after talking to them, you know, they just kind of just said, stay where I'm at until I have a boosted application. I already have pretty much one picked out that I'm going to focus and throw in the car, then go to them, because it kind of makes no sense to go ahead and just get it tuned by them when you're not going to get, you know, really that much of a horsepower increase. An NA Coyote tuning it, it's more of a improvement of driving, if you want to say, like performance, like the feel of the car almost. You know, there's no, an NA Coyote, I'm not going to play the long game switching out intakes and doing E85 and all that shit, so there's no point, you know. I kind of just want to live in the high 600, low 700s, and that's when I'm going to switch over. Make sure that I have the injectors that I need, anything I need to switch over, like maybe the hat or something on the fuel system, instead of buying a whole fuel system. So I'm going to message them about that eventually when we're ready to switch over. And I'm thinking about getting the car painted first before we do that. But that's the big winter projects, and that's what this video was supposed to be about before all of this shit today happened. So basically, I was like, oh, I'll take the car and go to the gym, create this video real quick, give you guys a preview of the cold start and how loud it is. And, you know, it'll be like a, 5-6 minute video, and I'm here rambling on a little bit about what happened today. So it always happens at a gas station, but this time, and I don't know if maybe the battery slides around. I made sure that the bar that holds it in the battery box is tight, and it's been tight the previous times, but I don't know if it just, you know, driving the car, it gets loose, you know, I don't know, maybe the connection, the positive connection is not charging it, or just comes loose or something, but hopefully we'll figure it out. Got the starter, heater core, and we're just going to move on from there. So I know I've been posting more 4Runner stuff lately, but yeah, the Mustang is still on the chopping block of getting stuff done. And yeah, so there you go, guys. I hope this little update of like the winter project, and that's all I can think of that I want to get done, honestly. And I think I still want to focus on that other idea that I had, where I want to find possibly like a cheaper wrecked S550 that isn't too bad, you know, throw a different painted bumper or something on it, and eventually just, you know, kind of get stuff done. The car, you know, I wouldn't be looking for a car that's super fucked up or anything, but something that, you know, if I wanted to toy around with the idea that I could pull the power plant system, the motor and trans out of this with the computer, and throw it in, or I don't even know if the computer would have to come out, but throw it into the S550 and keep this one as, you know, just a different project car to do something else with, or still do a Coyote with it, or just, I don't know, maybe throw a 4.6 back. I don't know. It's just an idea, but eventually I want to bring an S550 to this channel as well, so we'll eventually make that happen one way or another. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you stopping by and listening to my rant of what happened today and the future plans for this car this winter. So I'll let you go. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.